Alright. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, I have the live chat back on the screen, so I don't know if I'm gonna leave it on there for this game, but how are you guys doing? Hi, Programs. Hi, Terrence. Hi, Salami. Hi, Nightbot. Alright, so we are playing a new game today. I have never watched this game, going into it completely blind. Shout out to Evolve for sending me a code to play this game. Really excited. So apparently this is a game about, I don't know who we are as the main character, but we have to go slay a princess. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. That is the rule. We're supposed to slay the princess. We're not supposed to be swayed. So yeah, gonna be fun. It is a horror game, by the way. This game is not a dainty little, oh my gosh, cozy game, fun time thing. It is a horror game, apparently. So yeah, I think it's actually psychological horror, which I think psychological horror is probably like the scariest kind of horror there is, in my opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the game. So we are playing Slay the Princess. This is the pristine cut. This one has some new things in it that the original game didn't have, apparently. I don't know what the original game had because, like I said, I'm new, so. And I thought I loved it. I was like, oh, Slay the Princess. Oh my gosh, that's me. Okay, so let's play. Princess versus Princess. Let's go. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. And you guys might hear my bird.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh my gosh, I have choices behind me, guys. I guess I need to probably like move over here. Oh my gosh. Let me move myself like right here. So it says, explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Oh, now she gotta die no matter what. Yeah. Oh, I need to put the chat on the screen. I want to see what you guys say. I want it to pop up on the screen. Let's put you guys down here. I guess right here is okay. They give me, god damn, I have all of these choices. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Oh my gosh. Okay. Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave. I don't know what to say, guys. I'll say killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Like, that seems kind of bad.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
I mean,
seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I mean, I don't know if I can argue with that one. I'm also a little offended, but, okay. Okay, so I guess explore means, like, we can explore and see, like, what the answers to all of these will be before proceeding. I'm gonna click on all of them.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Oh my gosh, you
no
have
more
to move
birds,
again.
no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Do I have to, though? Like, what if she's, like, so cute and, like, we get along so well and we're, like, besties? Then do I still have to slay her? That sounds kind of mean. I need to flip my camera. Alright. Does we want me to look like I'm looking at the game? Okay. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. Okay. But how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? Oh wait, there's more stuff here. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. Okay, how can a princess locked away in a basement in the world? If you don't tell me why she's dangerous, I'm not going to kill her. That's fair. Do you have any evidence to back this up? If you can say, okay, let's do first let's do this.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Do you have any evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's
While
locked
I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless,
Are you serious?
let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that,
Oh my
let me
God.
suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this
I
situation.
am frozen. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see if we can fix that. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Pip pip to doodly doo. Thanks for letting me know, wifey. And Zodi. Do, 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 do. Is it fixed now? Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view the situation, okay?
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
But how do I know that's true, though?
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't someone else do
Oh,
it?
if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I
Okay.
have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
I'm scared. What if I'm what if I'm okay with the world ending? Is that selfish?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people. But
Hi, Jose.
surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get a reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Oh my gosh. That's not helping me. Hold on, guys. Do. Okay. Okay, I have to slay it before I slay her before I get it. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
If you, as nice as you are in every other game, I can see your choices getting you cooked. Shut your damn mouth. Thanks for telling me what to do. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Not him being my voice too. Hello? Hi, Jason.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm fucking scared, guys.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Thanks, Jason. Oh, you can enter without the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh my fucking god. I'm about to throw up. I'm scared.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Not her living in a shitty-ass place.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Hold on, she sounds kind of cute.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I'm just gonna say hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
I'm fucking scared. Oh wait, now I'm covering up the shit she's saying. Fuck! I can't be anywhere on this damn screen. Okay, I guess I have to be down here. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck I be. Oh my gosh, I feel like no matter where I'm at, I'm in the way.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
You're talking about the voice of the hero? Oh my fucking goodness.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Oh my god, I'm scared of this bitch.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not armed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade, slay the... Oh, fuck. I don't like all these choices.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding onto the
You
blade.
stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Guys! Holy fuck, I'm just Slayer.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone
Now we
when your
getting beat
jaw's
up.
been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first
I did.
bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job, okay.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
So we're both dead now.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What? Chapter 2, the adversary. What the fuck?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
So we don't even
And in
know
the
what happened to
basement
her
of that
because we
cabin
died.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be
Okay,
the
we have
end
to try a
of the
different approach
world.
this time, guys. But we don't know. We don't even know if we save the world. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Oh my god. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? I already slew the princess. She also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again? Let's say that.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very
Hi,
first
Toxic.
time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin.
So we have
and
voice of the
winning.
hero and voice of the stubborn. What are these, like our good angel and our bad angel?
That's the spirit.
And then the narrator.
There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given. And we did kill her. And yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win.
Welcome in.
Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
We've missed you. I don't even mind the cabin. Okay, let's talk. No, let's just go to the cabin. I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever.
We miss you too.
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Okay, let's go into the cabin. Guys, what approach should I take? What approach should I take?
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
You've missniped.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement.
Should we take the
You'll
blade
need it
this
if
time,
you want
guys,
to
or
do
should we
this
not?
right.
Like, now I'm kind of like, maybe I should go in and like not. Ooh, approach. This is different. Okay, I thought so. So the whole cabin is different this time. What the fuck is going on here? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. I'm gonna just approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
What the fuck are we? Are we the beast?
There was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
So the mirror's gone now.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus
okay.
up. The world is depending on
Still
you.
take it? Okay.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Oh my god, she's gonna beat my ass. How are you gonna go in without the knife? It's like the girl from Scary Movie 1 that grabbed the banana. Because, like, I don't know. Maybe she's not as bad as we think or something. I don't know. I did what he told me to do, and look at how that turned out.
Revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from
I like his
below is
voice. His
heavy
voice
and
is really
oppressive,
soothing.
with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce
What color
voice
did you
carries
choose?
up the stairs.
What
Is
color?
that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Now her voice changing. Hello.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess,
to slay
not to
this
have a good
bitch.
fight.
Okay.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the
bitch got
basement
horns now.
wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second
She's a
thought.
devil now. What the fuck?
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
I don't think so. Let me see. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's a cute little bearsy. I hope you heard all of that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened. You look different, so you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both alive. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Slay her. I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye. Turn around and leave. Or turn around and leave without saying anything. Okay.
You look exactly the same.
All right, fine. I believe you.
Oh, now he
What?
believes me.
What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
So couldn't I just lie to him?
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line.
Oh, that's
Not all of us have the
cute.
luxury of
Tallulah.
jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Oh, I was wondering if I could lie. Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? Would someone as alive as me already have died? I didn't think so. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job. You got me. Pretty much everything you just said is true. Oh my fucking goodness.
Don't try to lie to me. Just please take this seriously.
Agreed. We can't win unless you treat this fight with the gravity it deserves.
So you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not... Attack the princess is fucking nuts. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life.
Hi,
So,
Nomad.
why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Let's say this.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Okay, she got an attitude, so I kind of want
Don't
to
you
just fight.
get it? We've been given free reign to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time. If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
No.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of
Let's
the
see if she
situation.
falls for her, guys.
Who says I want to be free?
Oh, you don't want to be free? Then I'm about to beat your ass then. I was trying to be nice. I was lying, but I was trying to be nice. If you don't want to be free, then what do you want?
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh. And I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists.
Okay, this bitch is a freak.
Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part.
Don't be such a coward.
Oh my
I'm just
gosh.
being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it.
Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
Hopefully he
We
shows
don't
up.
know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it.
Attempt to free her. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna just step closer.
Blade held tight in your hand. You take a cautious step towards the princess.
I didn't mean to step that close. The fuck?
You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you.
She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do you want us to kill each other? Can't we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die and the world doesn't have to end. If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world? So you're just fine locked away in here? You really don't want to be free? What happened after you died? We have to figure out why we're here. You were put down for a reason. Down here for a reason. I was sent to kill you for a reason. Don't you care what that reason is? Attack the princess, fine. If you want to fight, I'll give you a fight. I'm not going to fight you. Attempt to free her. Remain silent. Turn around and leave. I'm just remain silent.
What are you trying to do? Do you think pacifism is going to win her over? Because it won't.
You weren't expecting that, were you, bitch?
Right? This isn't fun. This isn't interesting. It's pathetic and cowardly and boring.
Oh, you tease.
Ew.
I can't believe you'd go through all the trouble to bring a knife down here and then refuse to use it. Let's see if you still feel that way once I start beating you.
She's still bound by those chains. All we have
hell
to do
no.
is take a step back and she won't be able to do
This
anything
bitch
to
has
us.
the smile virus.
All that does is put the two of you at another impasse. You can't stall forever.
Do you really think those chains will stop her? She's not the type to hand out empty threats. She's honest. It's what makes her so interesting.
But she has to be bluffing, right? If she isn't bluffing, then why is she still...
You step back as she steps forward, her bindings creaking ominously. And then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose.
Dear Lord, what do we do?
Oh my fucking god.
Took the blade. How about you use it?
Exactly. We do what I've been telling you to do since the
is fucking
second
scary.
we got here. We fight
Can I
her.
run away?
Kill her. We win.
Silently stand your ground and refuse to fight. This doesn't change anything. Refuse to fight. I kind of want to stand my ground, but I also kind of want to beat her ass since she thinks she tough right now. I don't know what to do. Let's attack this bitch.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
Here we go. Let's make this count.
She all excited to fight.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap,
Oh.
your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's
Oh.
unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs
God, don't
and
slice
driving
her,
you right
stab
back
her.
down to the basement floor. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you
fuck
try to
is
trick
this
me and
bitch?
make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that
Oh
probably
my gosh,
means
I
she's
just
slower
realized
than
the
us.
knife is like
Take
bloody
it slow.
on the
Think
cursor.
it through.
Huh,
And
that's
don't
so cool.
panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
She's
If
gonna
that's
be
your
my
plan,
ass.
then that's your plan. Push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her
Oh, she's
guard.
about to beat my ass.
Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Keep pushing, unlodge the blade, and attack her from a different angle. Keep pushing.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
You did, Tallulah?
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
What the fuck is this bitch talking about? Unlodge the blade, silently continue pushing. What are you talking about?
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
I know, I want to
That's
try
not
to not
what's
do it.
going on. There's an entire world at stake here. Don't you all get it? The fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this
I'm starting to
fight.
think I should be listening to the voice of the stubborn.
And look
honestly.
at us. We're both so much stronger than we were last time. Think about how much more we can become. Nothing is better than this.
She's right. Imagine how much further we can push each other. Imagine how strong we can be. I warned you on the stairs, and I'll warn you again. Don't get caught up in emotion. Remember why you're here.
I hate using words. They're so clumsy.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls
my
you to her
gosh.
knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact.
Ew.
We're fine. You barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours.
This bitch is a
Your grip
bodybuilder.
loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor. I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her
Oh my
arm.
gosh, she's about to stab
With
our
near
guy
total
now.
ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
Oh, she just gives it
She
back to us.
tosses it at your feet.
Aren't you jumping the gun a little here? We each died once. That doesn't mean we're immortal. Were you being metaphorical when you said that nothing exists outside of us? There's more to the world than just this cabin. I saw trees and everything on my way here. Actually, I think I'm done fighting you. I don't think this is healthy for either of us.
I meant that nothing else matters. It's hard to describe. It's just a feeling. That it's just us. That when we hurt each other, we're alive. And when that happens, everything else is gone. You feel it too, right?
Yes, the two of us are a chorus on top, a chorus of notes building on top of each other forever. The song we write in our blood will be the most beautiful music ever seen. Yeah, let me say this crazy ass shit right here.
Great. It seems like both you and the princess have bought into some sort of shared delusion. Just make sure that whatever you're using for that song written in blood is mostly hers. I'm sorry, are you crying? Is she crying?
Are you two not? That was some goddamn poetry!
I'm ready whenever you are. How much more proof do you need? Would it help to watch me rise from the dead with your own two eyes? Fine. Go ahead. Stab me in the heart. See what happens.
I know, that's what it sounds like, right?
Princess throws
It
open
does
her
sound like she
arms,
wants to be in like a really
exposing her
toxic
chest.
relationship.
Is she really just going to let you slay her? Do it. Do it right now, before she changes her mind. Hold on. What if this is a trick? If she's leaving herself open like this, there's only one way we can strike at her. For all we know, she's three
I feel like
steps
this
ahead
is
of
a
us.
trick.
3 steps ahead of us. Have you met her? This isn't a trick.
And how would you know that?
Because I wouldn't think to trick us, so why would she?
That's a great point, so please stop hesitating and end this now.
How do I know you're not tricking me? Cut it out, will you? I'm not going to take a cheap...
The princess remains unflinching as you run her down, her stoic expression once again curving into a knowing smile as the pristine blade buries deep into her heart. Did she really just let us do that? Apparently, yes.
See you soon.
And then
Take
she
the bait
stumbles
from
back
your
into the
foe.
wall, the blade still lodged firmly in her chest.
I got an achievement.
She collapses to the ground. She's dead. It's over.
But is she actually dead?
It's finally over.
But it can't be over. She said she'd be back.
I know that the two of you had some sort of weird bond, but look on the bright side. Now we don't have to die. Isn't that nice?
No, it's not nice. I wanted to fight her forever. This is shit. It's not fair.
Life isn't fair, but what's done is done, and whether you like it or not, the entire world is in your debt for saving it from ruin. I'm sure in due time you'll learn to live with yourself. Let's just get out of here. Yes, that sounds like a splendid idea.
Watch her body for a little while longer, turn and leave.
Fine. You remain where you are and watch over the princess's corpse. She remains dead.
I'm telling you, she's coming back. She said she's coming back.
She's not.
She is.
I feel like
She's not coming back.
I feel like she
She's
definitely
dead.
is.
Your blade is embedded in her heart. You slew her. It's over. I don't know how many more times or how many different ways I need to express this objective reality before it finally makes its way through your dense skull.
How many different ways have you got left to express it? Because it'll take a hell of a lot more to convince me that she's not coming back.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Thank you,
Can
Twilight.
the two of you stop arguing?
Thanks for the sub.
No!
I'm not the only one who just saw her eyes open, right? What are you talking about?
You can
For
just
the
do
millionth
crowns.
time she's...
Yes, I told you I'd be back.
alive. We're shit out of luck, aren't we?
I knew it. I told you all that we should believe in her. This is perfect.
And you waited for me. I knew I could count on you. I knew we were connected.
The princess staggers to her feet, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade you buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
But she came back. What's the point of fighting her?
No, what's the
if she
point of
can
fighting
just
her if she
do
can just
that?
keep coming back? Like, what
All
the
of you
fuck?
need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything?
Like, now I feel like I can't believe anything you're saying.
I never said I knew everything. Nothing. It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that. But you did say it, so it means something.
I don't trust the narrator.
Oh, stop bickering over nothing.
I don't
Our
trust anybody,
destiny
actually.
is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her.
Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world.
She is, but we are too, which is kind of crazy.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's
She
no
acts like
going
this
back,
is a
and if I
Disney
say
ride.
anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Whoa, okay. I'm not going to say the princess can't die. I'm not even going to think it.
But you did think it,
A
didn't you?
bloody dance to last forever.
I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can't just unthink it? Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink. If I'm going to see the end of everything, I'd rather not be sober.
So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
Well, I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world? You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't
Poor
have to
me,
end
step
like
one,
this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you.
It's time.
Yes, I suppose it is. If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out.
Cap?
I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Can I get some cap emojis in the chat?
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
Join your... Okay.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. There's a lot of flowery description coming from someone who thinks he already knows how this is going to play out. Oh, indulge me, will you? Me knowing how this is going to play out is exactly why I'm being flowery. Let me have just this one thing, alright? Alright.
Here it comes. The big finish.
Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess ready to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body and... Wait, no, really? What happened? Why did everything go dark? You died? That blow was apparently lethal. How anticlimactic.
Not us dying like
You don't
that.
get it, do you? We're not dead. We're stronger than this. So stop whining and get up.
Saying get up is not going to change the fact that you're dead. How dense are you?
Funny that you're calling me dense when you still haven't figured it out. We can't be dead. We're just like her. All of you need to wake up and enter the new world.
You know, maybe he has a point. If we're dead, how are we still talking? Because you being dead is reality, because it says right here that you're...
Well,
alive.
that's right.
I thought I lost you there, but you've figured things out, haven't you? Good. The two of us can finally be together.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
What is going on right now?
And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
But he doesn't answer the voice. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything.
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
Princess stumbles and her body slumps. This bitch thick as
I
shit.
feel so... tired.
Chin up. Isn't this what we wanted? Just you and me forever? Are you okay? We ended the world, didn't we? Everything is gone. We've been fighting for a long time. I'm just gonna say this. You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body, it's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Hi, Twilight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Do you guys see the confusion on my face? Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Attack the entity or destroy your body.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
What is happening? Or were you always a princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
What the fuck is
I
happening?
promise that it doesn't hurt.
We know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I know only that they are.
Well, I'm gonna attack this bitch. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens. What the fuck?
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
What the hell?
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a bold heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay, make me forget. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? And what if I don't let you do this to me? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? How much will I forget? Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
Everything, until we meet again.
Okay, how many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
What?
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever?
I feel like I'm meditating
Will you place
right
the
now.
images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always
come back to the
know
box. It's
what
crazy.
it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh my god, why did it freeze? I'm scared. The game ended! Oh my gosh. So I guess we ended up waiting forever. Alright, let's try something else. Where the fuck is this game at? Oh, here it is. What the hell? That was cool. Alright, we're relaunching. I wonder if I got an achievement for that. You'll know when you see it.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
What the fuck? Okay, so make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember
That's
her.
crazy. That it just saves
You
it
won't.
like that. Oh my god, that scared me. Bring the adversary to her. Chapter 1, the hero and the princess. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end
The
of
real
that path
slay the princess
is a
sorcerer.
cabin.
You'll know when you see it.
And in the basement of that
That's the achievement I
cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab. Oh, period. Let's just silently continue.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty.
Okay, you know
and
what
the
I'm actually
floor
gonna
and walls
try?
are painted in a fine layer of dust.
I'm gonna
The
try
only
to just
furniture
do
of
what I did the
note
first time and
is
see
a
if anything's
plain
different.
wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the
Thank
world
you,
without
Twilight.
it.
I appreciate it. Alright.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated
gosh,
by an
okay.
unseen light in the
This
room
game is
below.
really interesting.
This is an oppressive place.
Thank you guys
The
for
air
the likes,
feels
by the
heavy
way.
and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
I'm just gonna
tightening
kill
as
her.
you
I'm not gonna
steal
sit here and talk about
resolve.
anything. I'm gonna just try to kill her.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of... I'm just gonna say she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
I'm scared.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What happened?
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here.
The fuck?
This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
That's bullshit. Let me out of here. Okay. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world.
What's done is done. And there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right? I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we'd die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place,
It's a good point.
nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Oh my
Pick
god.
up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Chapter 2, The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine.
Voice of the
It
cold.
wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
What if I just leave?
Oh. Do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, maybe we shouldn't leave this time. Okay, fine. Well, actually, I kind of do want to leave. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and I'll slay the princess. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Okay, fine, you're persistent.
I guess we will.
Oh well.
I'm just gonna go.
Cabin it is.
I want to see if she has, like, the devil look again, if there's a
warning.
mirror and all that.
Before you go any further, she will lie.
She won't be a problem.
I just want to see if it looks like a completely different cabin again, or...
The interior of the
That's
cabin is
okay.
cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside,
Well, this is,
banging
like,
the shutters
different,
against
though.
the windows.
Because we didn't have
The only
cobwebs.
furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Oh, wow. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Let's just enter. The mirror just disappeared, okay.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old band. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
The fuck?
Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
I should have took the fucking
And
bullet.
finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the
Oh
head.
my gosh, bro.
Wait, this isn't right.
So
What's
she's a
going
ghost
on
now?
here?
Ghost?
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I had some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and
Okay.
ethereal,
She needed to back the
formless
fuck up.
yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there.
Thank you,
We could probably grab
programs.
her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
Wait and see how things play out.
I see you don't have that annoying knife anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So, does that mean
Thank
you
you,
regret what
programs.
you've done? Are you here to apologize and make nice? Beg for absolution, maybe? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging.
See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her. I killed you. What are you doing not being dead? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that. Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that and it wouldn't be hard to do it again. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can make it up to you? The people who wanted you dead tricked me, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's team up. What do you want from me? If I knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? You're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me? After I killed you, this cabin, I want to say it teleported. It wasn't in the woods anymore. Time stopped meaning anything, and I had to kill myself to escape. I guess I should tell you why I was in to kill you. You were going to end the world. I was told you were going to end the world. Okay, clearly slaying you isn't going to work. What do you want? Okay, team, I'm out of ideas, thoughts. If you're really dead, then really isn't much for me to do, is there? I guess I'll get going. Leave her in the basement. Right, I don't think there's much more for us to talk about. I'm going to get my blade and then the two of us can fight. Or just grab her. What the hell? Hi, Medusa. How are you? I think... Let's say let's team up.
Nobody tricked you. And the fact that the princess's spirit has risen from the dead should be more than enough evidence that she isn't exactly sweet and innocent. It's all been an act. She's pretending.
Is she
I
though?
wouldn't
Because she
say
hasn't
she's
been
ever
being nice at all.
pretended to be sweet or innocent.
Yeah. She hasn't.
She does have a little bit of an attitude, but I can't blame her. We did kill her after all. I wouldn't be nice to my murderer if I was killed.
The enemy of my enemy.
The princess circles you again, her icy fingertips trailing up your spine, sending shivers rippling across your flesh.
I don't want enemies. I don't want to fight. I just want to go home. Is that really so much to ask?
And just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific.
And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
The world ends anyways, from what I'm seeing, so. I killed you. What are you doing not being dead? Do you need me to bury those bones? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time.
Well, yeah. You brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
Fair point. Return. Leave it at that. know what the fuck to say to this bitch.
Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, I'd prefer if we didn't die again.
If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes down to. But I don't see the point of offing ourselves just yet.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer. But killing yourself wouldn't help either of us.
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. I shouldn't have to tell you that you shouldn't kill yourself. So please, try to keep your suicidal tendencies in check.
Like I said, I just want to go home.
Okay, team, I'm out of ideas.
We
Thoughts?
could always try violence. It's worked for us so far.
She's a ghost.
Who says ghosts are immune to violence?
Common sense?
There's nothing common or sensible about common sense. Action and observation are the only things that matter.
Fine. Then let me observe that the acts of killing her and killing ourselves haven't got us much of anywhere. We're still back in this cabin, we're still dealing with her, only now she has a good reason to hate us.
I suppose you have a point. Do you have any ideas then?
We could always ask her what she wants.
Oh, for the love of... Don't do that. Whatever she wants, it will end the world.
And is that really so bad?
Yes, it is by its very definition bad.
But those are the only options, aren't they? Violence or doing what she wants. Or just leaving her down here. Though ignoring a problem is rarely a solution, is it?
Well, it was the voice of the stubborn and then voice of the cold. Is there any way I can help you? I'm just gonna ask her, what does she want?
A way back to where I belong. This place won't let me leave. At least not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just
creeping me out,
leave.
guys.
If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything would be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
That'd be dull, anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all, you own me.
Oh, hell no.
Absolutely not.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic
She
if she
scared me
managed to
just
escape
now.
this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
What if I say no? This would just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control? Before I agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. I was told you'd end the world. Sounds great, do it.
Then I won't hitch a ride.
You won't hitch a ride if I say no, or you can't hitch a ride.
I'm sure you'd like to know. It's a shame I won't tell you. But
Okay, well, if you want to play
it'll
games,
be
then I'm gonna play
easier for
games
both
too.
of us if you just let me in. And doesn't it sound nice?
Maybe for her, but it's crowded enough in here as is.
You won't have to feel guilty anymore. If you even do feel guilt.
It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body.
That is a very dangerous train of thought.
This would just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin.
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long time.
Do you hear the way she said that?
She knows more than she's letting on. Don't let her fool you into doing something you'll regret.
I see. So that's how it's going to be.
I said no.
That
She's about to
makes
kill
me
me. I'm fucking scared.
I guess we'll have to fight then.
The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh echoing in your ears. You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like
Can she
nothing
back
at
up,
all.
bro? She's creeping me the fuck
Are we
out.
doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that.
Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you with fiery anger.
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then
Yes?
nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened. And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Did you miss? I'm not afraid of you. Stare at her in silence.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. Pity we don't have a weapon.
Your last moments are spent a helpless witness
There are
as
worse
she
fates
rips
to
her
suffer
hand
than
from
a
your
broken
chest,
heart.
holding your still beating heart in her clenched fist.
But it's ours.
See you soon, killer.
She crushes it, blood and ruined vascular tissue leaking from between her fingers, dribbling unceremoniously to the floor. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Rape. Oh my gosh.
You're on a path in the wood.
And here we go again. Off to slay her. Again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We
Voice
kill
of the
her, we
cheated.
start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Kojo.
Look, nobody here is
Oh, shit.
screwing with...
What did they say? I think that's exactly what it is. Powers that be. Yeah. Okay, so you've been here twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory.
Well, we didn't have to start over.
We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void. And then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
Yes. And then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seemed to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish.
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something.
Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Why should we help you? All you're gonna do is lock us away forever again. Are you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before. We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. There's something else we haven't tried. Turn around and leave.
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
Oh yeah, sure. That changes everything. I mean, he did promise, and you believed him.
If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no.
That's a hedge, not a wager.
I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the
Not as
me
being
you
Max
just met here
Caulfield.
is the
Hello?
same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
We've been killed by...
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't. And you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. How convenient, everything always comes back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite. On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him. You continue down the path towards the cabin.
She's gonna beat her ass.
It isn't long before you're steps away from
Thank
your
you
destination.
for the sub, Maggie.
I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
I'm not as turning on the narrator. Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up? I'm just gonna enter. I'm not even gonna say that.
The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single
The
narrow
fuck is
hallway
this?
stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of this hallway and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement. Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening. What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The
I don't believe
princess
that.
is in the basement.
This bitch is about to jump out. I think the mirror is
You
supposed to
can't
be
see
symbolic.
the mirror. The knife
Yes.
is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works. You slowly make your way
fucking scared,
towards the
guys.
gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've
don't want
always
to.
been watched. You're watching us right now.
No.
Sometimes the feeling is just stronger.
I don't like this, guys. I don't like
Feel
it.
like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
You
Oh my
stop
God.
as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
I'm scared.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
Okay.
Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment.
I'm scared.
And then she, the princess,
She's a snake now?
constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you? You get to
Ew.
watch me do it.
my
You're
God.
helpless, just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different.
Do we even have a choice?
You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time.
Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade?
Well, unless you have any specific ideas. I think either is the only one that counts.
I thought you could possess me on your own. I thought I needed to agree to it. Look, we're even now. I killed you and then you killed me. Water under the bridge, right? I never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all of this too, you know? Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. Do you need to take my body? Can't I just open the door for you? That's fine. I actually came here to free you. Just gonna say that.
Great, see you in a jiffy.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest
What
of
are
the
we
princess's
looking at right
body
now?
emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving
What
in ways that
fucking God.
defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
I don't like this music.
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here?
Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up.
Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake, Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. I'd beg you to resist, but you've already surrendered your will to her, haven't you? Anything to get out of this hellhole. It's a new experience. You should try being possessed sometime. There's nothing else like it.
Can she hear these voices?
I'll remember that, but I'll also never forget what you've done.
Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world.
We're so close.
But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away.
It doesn't matter how long this hallway is. I will drag this body till it is a piece of meat and feathers. I will be free.
Please, just let her out.
Yes. Let me out.
It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
You had described me into submission. The door is right there.
I am trying to make the door further away.
It really is, isn't it?
I walked to it. I placed your bloody hand on the door. I made you twist the handle.
Isn't saying all of this his job?
He's gone.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us.
I did nothing. He dealt with himself.
This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
The handle clicked as we pushed forward. The air is different here.
When taken against your will, witness your enemy's freedom. But as you step outside the bounds of the cabin, you feel another violent tear, a rending that cuts all the way down to your soul. You were once again separated from everything that had nestled in the deep crevices of your body, from everything that isn't you.
Us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
What is happening to me?
Now her getting snatched up again. But you don't answer her before she's gone. Memory
She's
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. You don't need to comfort them.
It's not the end. Whatever is on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'm just going to say this.
Okay. If you say so. I trust you. So, this is all going to work out. Whatever makes you happy.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. I've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
Okay.
I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight
I'm
answer?
sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that at the end of this... Thank you for the sub, Yuki! Thank you so much. You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, if it's an invisible... It's as if an invisible wall closed around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change or grow? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry. I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
That shit scares me every fucking time. Bring the wraith to her. Okay, the hero and the princess.
You're on a path. You're here.
The end of the world, what are you talking about? I'm gonna say... I'm just gonna be super nice this time.
You make your way up.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a princess. Ignore. The interior of the cabin, the blade is your The door to the bed, her voice softly.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
She sounds nice
It's the
now.
kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
This music has got me
binding her
missing
to the
people I don't
far
even
wall
know.
of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
Thanks for the
I must have a name, though.
Essex.
Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right? You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
I'm scared. This bitch is
They're
gonna turn on
large
me.
and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Fuck.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Huh?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
I can't.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
It's only giving me
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Oh my gosh, I can't, bro.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. she sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path. You're here to slay her.
I'm not even gonna acknowledge him because the narrator...
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do... If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Voice of the Smith.
Excuse me?
Forget he said anything.
But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about?
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Let's see what the cabin looks like this time.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls.
Oh, she lives in like a nice place.
The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last
Her
time.
voice.
I think we're in love.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
You died, and now we're talking.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
She doesn't.
There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Well, before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure. Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains.
Good luck with that. Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
I'm not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The
princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do? We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes
I'm
in
scared.
deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh, there must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
What's up with this music?
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think I've got this.
Okay. Yeah, you've got this.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are
I
you
think I
kidding
get
me?
the point of this game now.
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
All we need to be happy is each other. What if we just stayed here and built a life together? Stop it with these interruptions. I already made up my mind. We're leaving. Just ignore them.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Your love will set you free.
Our
achievement.
happy ending at last.
Period.
We did it. What should we do now?
Uh-oh.
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
What the hell? Again? But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared it's not this thing. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. The hell? You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Thank you for the sub,
A
Margot.
mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Thank you, Salami. I appreciate you. You can't be a contradiction. Doesn't matter how many times we go back. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. We will know when we near our destination. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. It changes me. But it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse?
What the hell is
Do you
happening
resent
here?
me?
If anything makes me like you more, I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It also seems so distant.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion. I will be here
Okay,
when it
the
is
freaking
time
mirror's
for
about
us
to
to meet
crack.
again.
Okay. I had to warn myself and you guys. Bring the damsel to her. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
What's something that we haven't tried? Let's just go to the cabin, I guess, and just see.
You make
what
your
we
way.
see.
We're not going to ignore. The interior of the cabin, the blade. Her voice softly carried.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotizing. So don't let it fool.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay for...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I'm just gonna say...
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
So I can just lock her in the basement?
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan of locking her away. Oh, that's relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off. your eyelids
This
heavy
bitch is
with
about to be
fatigue.
upstairs.
But
Oh, hell
sleep
no.
doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
This bitch is...
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Oh my fucking god.
The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
What the hell?
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves.
What the hell?
First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the
This bitch needs to
gills.
back the fuck up.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes.
Well, I
in
guess
your
we died
chest.
again.
You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Hello?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a prince. You're here to... A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about?
You reach forward and rub your hand. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favours.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds
This
you
is
of fresh
fucking
lightning
creepy.
and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
I'm gonna talk to her. We don't need a plan. I'm just gonna kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it. I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
You decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
This is it, isn't it?
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. What are you doing?
I'm working.
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
That isn't my fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Lungs, liver, nerves,
What happened after the last one?
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not?
No, I meant to
am what I
enable
am,
auto.
and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken.
No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't
Oops.
respond.
I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. See what hides behind her mask. Oh my goodness, what the hell? I don't like stuff like this. The moment of clarity. Hello?
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her.
Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here.
Voice of the
Nobody else can do
opportunist.
much of anything.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
So we
We're
have all the
supposed to be
voices.
unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I think they're all wrong. That's a good question. How many times have you all been here? What if we don't go to the cabin? I feel so disjointed. I don't know if I can pull this off. I don't know if I can slay her. The only way out is to do nothing, so nothing I will do.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work?
No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us. Right now, all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuffs all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
My point exactly.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
We've tried that.
It doesn't work.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
The deck is stacked.
So many paths, and they're all circles.
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on. But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make the decisions? What does here even mean, if you really think about it?
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it.
The voice of the
right
smitten
where
is my
she's
fave.
always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
If I don't remember what I did, then it couldn't have been me that did it.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way.
Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even. But they don't have any answers, and they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them.
Of course we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know, dude. I really don't fucking know.
There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't? I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it.
You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either.
He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
What's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
You walk up the hill, hesitating
you have
just
nail
beyond the
polish all over
bounds
your
of
arm?
the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure therein. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. You don't have to take the blade.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts.
Said I don't
the
have to
weapon
take it.
sinking deep into the earth.
This narrator's pissing me off.
You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep, deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
I was joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
and closer
Walking over me forever. That was so brave.
and closer.
But forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my will and let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
Just take her hand and set her free. You're just an object, a tool. You once were something else a long time ago, but was that something new, or is it just a dull and jaded memory?
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
Don't say she's coming for Bow Wow again. What the hell?
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Huh?
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her.
Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, will you stop with the smashing?
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unsolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor.
Silence as you reach for it. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled? What the hell? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
No, I'm confused. There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you have thoughts on this vessel? When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
If he drives you towards my destruction, then he is steeped
You
in
should go to sleep,
delusion,
Tallulah.
for he does not know me. Just as I hold compassion for you, and you hold compassion for me, you can hold compassion for those who have wronged you. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people, fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. This one is awaiting Ma, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
That shit scared me again. The hero and the princess bring the moment of clarity to her. Will you be
You're
streaming
on
tomorrow?
a path in the woods.
Yes, I will.
And at the end of that path, you're here to slay.
Mm,
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Ignore him.
all right, let's go back.
The interior blade.
I'm just gonna enter.
The door to the her voice.
Hello?
This.
Don't let it.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall
I
of the
hope you sleep well,
basement.
Tallulah. Good night.
She's beautiful.
I am begging you to.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains? Okay.
Mm,
Thank you.
You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So you weren't kidding. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me. You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right?
She has to be bluffing, but you rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Where is she?
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
You have already committed to my completion.
A warning. She will. There's a cat. I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if it.
What did he say?
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? You reach forward and... But there was a mirror a second, and now it's gone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient. Or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Don't you hear that clinking shoes and chains again? We're fine. You're about to attack me, aren't you? I can see right through you. We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right?
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble,
keeps us alive.
It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something. Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck.
Flee. We can't keep doing this.
You're in her stomach. Or maybe she's a little faster.
You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side. It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim. It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again.
We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
She's right there. We have to wait for an opening.
That's fair. She'll kill us if we try and run past her. Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache.
We're exhausted. We're bleeding.
We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move. This isn't going to work. We're in her domain and we are bleeding.
Exactly. If we don't do something now, we're finished. As the princess lunges at you from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip, lashing out with the blade. But your injured side stretches and tears as you move, and you find yourself slowed by the sudden pain. The princess, Moore's unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger, closes in on you. You are devoured.
I guess that's it then, isn't it?
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
You are in a dark and caustic place.
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time. The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you, You don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something. You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing your life. I have my steel claw. Fine, you can.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked. Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step.
For your creature
then
while
another.
under extreme
And then-
duress.
And then? It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
You can feel a churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
What the fuck, man? I can't. Well, before you can say anything to her, she's gone. Memory
She's gone?
returns.
Oh, there's that mirror again. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death.
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. Does it hurt? I'm sorry, I don't want to show you what it hurt. Every time I do something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
I was made to do this single task. Who made me? What am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I don't want to be a god. I want to
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Shit, loud as fuck. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty
You
of
haven't.
times.
You flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
That's what I
So
thought.
I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you.
Wait, what did they say? Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death, or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Run out of questions. Yeah, I got an achievement.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away.
As the final fragment of the glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator is right. You are the long quiet. All of this is you. Okay. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Bring the beast to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Alrighty, here we go, guys. What the hell was that?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long.
Your conscious ceasing to
and
exist.
my heart has ached for
Yeah,
this
that is
moment.
pretty scary.
I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. I don't know. Will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic.
Bitch!
But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. You are deserved. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within,
What the fuck did I do?
bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring.
Fuck you, bitch.
But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
This has always just been about us, two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Bruh, I don't know what to fucking choose.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion?
Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
What are the woods then? What is the cabin? What is the time we spend apart, if not me existing as myself?
Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
I wouldn't be here if destroying you would leave all of reality a colorless blur.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds. The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves
What
into
the
a
hell is
single
happening?
tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
I'd rather trust an ignorant soul who died trying to make things better than a God who let the wheel of suffering turn forever.
You cling to your emotions, pain and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict.
As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I was told there was enough of you and me to preserve meaning in existence. I'm gonna say... I need to preserve meaning in existence. I'm gonna trust that's true. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You're cruelty itself and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. but we can worry about all that later. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
Thank you for the sub,
She's relentless,
Killjoy.
isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready. No, I can do this out here on my own. Say nothing.
You can't, and lucky for you, I'm not going to let you try.
What the hell?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. The tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carried a part of what should be you. Things won't be now as they were then, but they aren't nothing
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us. No, she's not. I'm just leaving. Leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin
It's
itself.
quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death. Set yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation in limbs you couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. Thank you for the sub, Tony. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not
gone.
yield.
She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
This trauma bond is toxic. They make Krishan and Blueface look like Cliff and Claire. Oh my gosh. Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You're free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in
It's
this new
finally
world.
over, isn't it? But all of us are still here.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering and the coercion. and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
Slay the Princess achievement. That was very, very interesting. I like the dialogue and I like the concept a lot. What do you guys think this game is actually about? Like, what do you think the underlying like meaning of this game is? Leave a comment on what you think this game is like truly about. I'll leave a comment and tell you guys what I think it's about too. But I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. This was super fun. There are other endings too that I didn't get. There's actually a lot of achievements that I didn't get. I think there's over 100 for this game, but I got a lot. So, and I'm satisfied with my ending, I think. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really liked it, Twilight. I liked it a lot. It was very interesting. I played almost 4 hours straight, so it definitely captured my attention for sure. And it was nice reading something or playing something that was like a lot of reading, but it was like, I don't know, it was intriguing. So yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what you thought, what you think this game is actually about. There's someone there. Oh, deja vu. Okay. But yeah, comment what you think this game is actually about. What is the underlying meaning? All right. Bye, guys.